what's up, guys? Got the YZ out tonight. I'm about to take it for a little night drive. I'm kind of more so doing this just to check out this GoPro placement, because I haven't mounted it on my helmet, or actually shot a video with it mounted on my helmet in forever. But yeah, we'll get this thing filled up with some corn. Actually, let me check the fuel level now. Yeah, it definitely needs some fuel, but man, this crap smells potent. It's weird how this E85, like, I notice when it starts getting cold outside, it'll start smelling like a lot more potent. Like, it literally smells like popcorn butter right now, like some Orville Redenbacher, or whatever his name is. I don't know. But yeah, we can get this bad boy filled up with some corn. Just top it off. I actually need to go fill this can back up. I try to stay pretty consistent with going to the same gas station over and over again, just, you know, just to make sure I'm getting some good E. But man, I run through this stuff like crazy. I was actually hoping on this turbo setup to swap over to the WR450 tank, because it holds more fuel than the motocross YZ tank. But the only thing that sucks is because my turbo is in this location right here, I can't run it unless I move the turbo, because the WR450 tank actually has a deeper sump, so the actual fuel pump sending unit sits lower, and it ends up like in this area right here, like right where the turbo is. So kind of sucks, because that's like 0.5 gallons more of fuel, and that would make a pretty significant difference, especially with me running E. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, let's see if this thing will start up for me. It's a little colder. Starting is not perfect. I mean, it will start up, but I'll have to crank it a few times. But yeah, let's see if this bad boy stumble. There we go. And of course, the lights are controlled through the fuel tank. Pretty badass. Reset my fuel meter. Yeah, I got this thing idling pretty good. It's like at around 1900 to 2100 RPM idling. Got the plate mounted. Man, that corn smells good. Only thing that does suck though is, unfortunately, I think I broke a few dogs off the second gear. So looks like this thing will be coming apart pretty soon. It sucks, but I mean, it was an oversight on my part when I had the engine built this time around. I just pretty much had the gears rim finished, and I didn't really, probably should have had them cryoed or back cut. That seems like a lot of guys that, at least in the Raptor community, specifically the Turbo Raptor community, that's what a lot of guys do to their gears. So this doesn't happen to them. So I mean, every other gear is good, but second gear is not happy. So got to get that fixed up. I'm not sure, I might make a few changes while I got it apart. I'm hoping it could just be a simple repair and replace, but I mean, if it gets too cold, I'm gonna just leave it apart and give everything a once over. But yeah, other than that, this thing has been running like a champ. Hit like 24 pounds of boost so far, almost 25. Yeah, sorry about that. My GoPro actually died towards the end of that ride. But I actually just pulled up the log from when I did that little pull when I was on the freeway for a little stint. But you can see I got the log up right here. I got every value that, you know, that means something pulled up. So I got air IAT, fuel flow total. Fuel flow total is basically a sum of how much injector I'm using, because on this bike I am running dual injectors. So you can see down here it actually shows me how much each injector is injecting into the cylinder. You can see secondary at this particular point, secondary was at 76.75, and then the primary injector is 52.85. My secondary injector is actually a 208-pound injector, and I have that come on, I want to say a little bit after 2-ish PSI or so. And then my primary injector, which I idle on and do all my low-speed cruising on, that is a 77-pound injector. So let's jump into this log. So so obviously these 2 points right here, this is actually when I was on the freeway. So let me see, right at this, let me go back here. All right, so yeah, I did let in and then let out of it. So you can see that little peak and valley right there. That O2 correction actually looks pretty good. 100%, still in boost, which is right here in red, MAP. 17 pounds right there. I let off a little bit. And sometimes this does lag a little bit. It spikes even when I let off throttle. I think that's more so of a scaling issue or some type of like latency or something. But you can see it got back in it. Boost still building at 100% throttle, 100% pedal. Gotta add a little fuel right there. Obviously you can see the O2 correction, adding 10% of fuel. Man, that is some injector right there. Look, 166. Oh, we hit 20 psi. 20 psi. I was in it too. Yep, we hit about 20 psi on that run. I'm gonna open up my min max table and actually see where we peaked. So yeah, as you can see right here, this value, which is map. Man, I hate when this computer does this. Yeah, which is map. Go over there. Yeah, 20.12 psi. That pull felt really good too, really good. All right, another question I seem to get with this setup is a lot of people curious to know what type of IAT readings I see with this setup, seeing as it's not intercooled. So you can see right here, this is probably a good part to start on the log before I got into any boost. But you can see this value right here. And I do want to say you got to be cognizant that this reading right here is reading pre-injector. I actually have my IAT. I wish I could get you guys a good angle of it. You probably wouldn't be able to see it. But it's mounted in the floor of this plenum. So it's pre-throttle body. And one of the benefits from running E85, like in my case, is that E85 has a massive cooling effect on charged air temp. So this is actually reading the air temperature before that air is cooled by the injector, because the the cooling effect occurs post-injector, essentially. So you know, just to jump into this part of the log right here, you can see, I'll just let the cursor ride. So you can see we were like at 102.1 Fahrenheit. And then I'll just let this ride and you'll see how boost influences. So you see I'm getting to boost right here. IAT is starting to come up. Made some boost right here, then got out of it. Same thing right here. Making some boost. Up to 131. Got out of it. And then right here is when I did like that main, you know, that pull that I stayed in for a while. See, making some boost up to 18 PSI, 19, 166 pounds of injector. O2 correction doesn't look bad. Keep going. So I want to say like 170. Got up to 170. I know people that are well into the 200s with higher compression E85 non-intercooled setup, so it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I've never seen 200 degrees on this bike, IAT wise, even on hot days. Like tonight, it's actually like 70 degrees outside, maybe 72, 71. But yeah. This thing is using quite a bit of injector too. Not sure if you guys saw that, but yeah, so 165 pounds of injector at 20 pounds of boost. Making some steam. And that O2 correction makes me very happy. Very happy. Yeah, like I said, the second gear dogs are giving me a problem with this thing. I noticed it after the last video I posted. It basically felt like if I stay in second gear and I load it up, it'll feel like I hit the clutch for a split second and then let out. So I could feel like some engagement and then disengagement. So this thing probably will have to come apart, which sucks. I'm actually looking into some billet gear options right now. I got two references from two pretty reputable people, you know, in this arena of things as far as like power sports racing. So they recommended me to one local guy. I still got to hit him up. And then there's another company in Florida that specializes in custom billet gears. Motor's running pretty good, though. Can't complain about the motor at all. It's taking however much boost I'm throwing at it, and it's loving it. But yeah, as far as the transmission, that's another story. And like I said, every other gear is fine. Second gear is the one that's giving me trouble. I like riding the crap out of my bikes, especially on the street. So I don't know. I don't want to limp it because it just, you know, could possibly make something worse. Probably shouldn't have even took it out tonight because, you know, I just don't want to circulate, you know, metal through the motor if there is like shrapnel in there. The thing that's weird though is that I've been paying attention pretty meticulously whenever I do an oil change, and I haven't really saw anything on the screen. So I'm wondering if it just knocked the like the little spade on the dog, because I saw a picture of one and they look like, you know, like little squares that basically lock into the gear. So I'm wondering if I just sheared it completely off, and you know, that maybe that explains why I haven't actually been seeing any shrapnel in the metal, because like metal looks pretty, the oil looks pretty clean when I change it, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks. Then again, it is starting to get cold out here in Michigan, particularly like in the morning. So I mean, it's not completely bad, but I don't know. I do have a few ideas on what I would like to change on this bike, but at the same time, I really haven't maxed this turbo out on this setup. So, you know, I kind of just want to take it apart, fix the gear issue really quick, and then throw it back together and get it back on the dyno. Technically, second gear wouldn't affect me dynoing the bike again, because I don't even use that gear when we dyno anyways. I think it's like in fourth gear when we make the power pulls, but you know, I was looking forward to running this M5 right here, so that might still happen. at the very least, I will throw the bike back on the dyno, just with the same exact tune that I just ran on the street in front of you guys with. So so at the very least, I do plan on putting it back on Ducati's dyno. I actually just talked to them yesterday, and for a while I was actually waiting for them to get a part to get their dyno back up and running, but it sounds like they got all that stuff squared away. So looking forward to doing that maybe like in the next week or so. So definitely look out for a video as far as that goes, because I do want to just make, you know, a back-to-back pull on the same dyno that I dynoed the first setup on. The recent dyno video I just posted, that was over at Rick's. He's a pretty good guy, but like I said, I just want to put it on the same exact dyno that, you know, I had the original setup on, so there isn't any variability there. So, but anyways, I want to wrap this video up. Yeah, so it's as you guys can see, the bike is making boost. I hope my GoPro actually picked up the Fuel Tech dash when I was making those pulls, because sometimes it acts a little finicky. But yeah, this thing is making some boost, man. 20 psi on that little pull, and then yeah, I've hit like 24 so far. So, and then I want to get this new actuator on there and possibly turn it up even more. But you know, I don't want to push my luck. But anyways, guys, once again, stay riding, stay on the lookout for videos. Please share, comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, until next time.